You think when people are, doing business here, they use that bench, fully restore their HP and MP before, like, their annual review one-on-one?
Yeah, it's the one bench that does this. It's a secret special bench.
If you take a nap on that bench, you're gonna nail the interview. I know it.
Oh yeah.
Cloud? Huh? You're Cloud, right? Holy shit! It's cool, bro. We went through training together. Damn. So you're still alive and kicking, huh? Some of the guys heard you got smoked, but I told them it was all bullshit. Hey, sit tight, man. I'm gonna go get Kunzel. I'll be right back.
Old buddy.
You okay?
Yeah,
But you were just...
I'm good. Let's keep moving.
So here's a crazy thing. That guy says, oh, I'm going to go get Kunzel. I'll be right back. This is a really obscure reference to a faceless NPC from one of the prequel Final Fantasy VII games. This is not an important character. This is a dude you can talk to who's standing in the corner of a room throughout the game, throughout Crisis Core, and he gets name dropped out of all the things from that stuff. Fucking wild, man. Like, that picture is the one picture you get of Kunzel if you Google him. Like, there's no concept art of him or anything.
I trust the narrative is intact.
Rock solid. The people have embraced the Wutai Avalanche conspiracy wholeheartedly. I've almost come to believe it myself.
Wutai's response?
So far, nothing. And if those cowards do react, all the better for us and our story.
Very well. Then we shall stay the course.
If I may, sir, there was one other matter.
Oh?
A message from our man Palmer. Damn it!
Barrett.
Yeah, I know. We came here to save Eric. That's our first priority.
That's right. We only get one chance. Hojo should be at that board meeting, so that'll buy us some time. We need to plan this just right.
Do you think that's where Professor Hojo is?
Where he should be.
What's the plan?
Little bit of recon. Need to find a way to infiltrate that room.
You hear the words coming out of your mouth. We just gotta find that bathroom so we can get into the air duct. Ask anyone here. They can point us in the right direction.
No thanks. We can find it on our own.
What do you mean we? What kind of air duct are you gonna fit in? How smelly are Shinra poops? They gotta move so much air.
The air ducts for the bathrooms are extra big because it's the secondary fuel source after Mako. They figured out a way to harness the smell.
All right, I'll wait out here.
Huh? You can't hang out here.
Tifa, it'd be better if you waited inside.
Maybe, but this is... Oh, never mind. You're right.
Look, just hold on to a towel and pretend to be the person that gives people the towel.
Oh, thank God. No one's in here.
Love to show them what the ones down below look like.
Come on. Let's just find that duct.
Boy, between our JoJo podcast we just recorded before this and this one, we're seeing a lot of toilets today.
Gotcha. On guard duty.
Right.
So, can I go with you? Don't want to be here any longer than I have to.
Yeah, sure. Just follow behind.
So in the original game, even Barrett could fit in the ducts. And just everybody came along for the ride in this part. Further along these air ducts, you can like kind of peep through some gratings to look into different rooms and stuff. And in the original, it wasn't just Cloud peeping through. The air ducts were so big, everyone could gather around it in a big circle to all peep through at the same time. The air ducts were just huge. And everyone was such a tiny little chibi Lego person.
Colonel, there's rats down here.
Yeah, I cannot help but think about the MGS1 vent crawling.
I'm sure they're safe.
But we live right by Sector 7, and I keep calling and calling, but I still can't get through.
I heard that all the phone lines are down. It doesn't mean anything.
You sure?
Pretty sure.
You're gonna find Aerith doing crunches.
Strangely enough, we're gonna find this game's Johnny also stuck on the toilet.
Barrett's supposed to be keeping him out of there. Come on. When you gotta go, you gotta go. He said he wouldn't write us out.
Depending on the board's decision, we may start 2 projects simultaneously, rebuilding the plate and the city. Members of the Urban Planning Division will likely take point on both. Director Tuesti has ordered teams to come up with 3, 5, and 10-year plans. Each team needs to come up with a detailed proposal and schedule. We're going to have to put a lot of man-hours into this, so we'll need to start ASAP. Does anyone have any questions at all? If not, then we'll wait for the director to return.
So when I played this game, when it first came out, and I was doing this air duct part, there's a bug that was fairly common in here that hit me.
Oh no, you're supposed to, use your basic attacks on those.
Oh.
Yeah.
So what happened is, sometimes when you would peer through the gratings, you'd get that little icon at the bottom right saying press the circle button, to back out and keep crawling through the vents. And so you would hit the circle button and nothing would happen.
Oh, you'd just be spying on that meeting forever.
Yeah, the game wouldn't crash, but you were essentially soft locked because you could not exit peering into the grate. The big problem was I did all of the VR arena stuff and had gotten up to here and I hadn't saved yet and had no autosave had happened, so I lost like 45 minutes of progress.
That really is the most important bench in the whole building, huh?
Yeah, so that has been patched out. It's been patched out for like over half a year at this point, but yeah, that sucked when that happened.
This it?
I'm telling you, I saw him. With my own eyes, sauntering down the corridor.
We don't have time for this nonsense.
He was as close to me as you are now. The shock of it made me spill my tea.
Enough already. If there are intruders in the building, my men will deal with them.
But, Mr. President, sir, I swear to you...
Reeve.
Sir, I have the damage assessment for Sector 7, and I'm afraid the figures are catastrophic.
Spare us the doom and gloom. Was there anything else?
Well, sir, I've also drafted a reconstruction plan for... Huh?
Not with the Ancient in our custody once more.
With respect, sir, I don't see how...
2 words, Reeve. Neo Midgar.
In their promised land, we will build a new Mako-powered metropolis.
Mr. President, we still don't know for sure that the Promised Land even...
Professor Hojo.
The test results were within expectations. The specimen is somewhat lacking compared to her pure-blood mother, but for our purposes, she should more than suffice.
So she can lead us to the promised land?
Well, Mr. President, that remains to be seen. I would like your permission to secure her cooperation through more forceful means. Forceful, yet gentle. She is a precious resource that must be handled with care.
Personally, I've never had a problem with torture.
My armory is at your disposal should you require anything.
I had something more psychological in mind. Better to scar the psyche than mar the flesh.
Proceed as you see fit. However, you will not make the same mistake twice. Is that clear?
If I may, Mr. President, I have an idea how we might mitigate the risks. Simply put, we could have the Ancient reproduce. In the absence of a second specimen, we would need to identify an alternative mate. I would start with candidates from Soldier. These would, of course, include S and G types. Quite frankly, there's no telling what kind of properties a crossbred specimen might possess. So, what say you all?
If there is nothing else,
Mr. President!
meeting adjourned.
Please, sir!
Something stinks.
Anything?
The man in the lab coat. Head of R&D. We follow him.
Okay. And then we kill the son of a bitch.
Not until he's led us to Aerith. That's the plan.
I really want to know how Reeve got into his position when everyone else is so extremely hilariously unethical and corrupt. Yet this single, seemingly good boy has made it all the way up here.
Well, somebody has to keep the lights on in this place.
I guess so, but I think they can find some
can't
more
do
evil.
evil without him, which might make him the most evil.
Yeah.
Walking the halls of this very building, who would have believed it? I wonder... Were I to arrange a face-to-face... How I should like to meet their offspring. But that can wait. First, we must have answers. A simple psychoactive agent should suffice. Nothing likely to cause any long-term damage.
Let's go.
Right.
It really feels like Hojo has had that thought out loud multiple times of like, what would the babies look like? I would love to meet their babies, which are fictional at the moment, but they could be a real baby later. All right, so that chest had antidotes in it, so there's absolutely stuff that's going to poison us later on.
Look, you can't do a hurt comfort fic without somebody to do the hurting, okay? Hojo sees his place in the world. He's going to fill it.
So everyone's getting star pendants put on them, so everyone's just immune to poison. Cloud's got that rune armlet. We won that from the arena stuff we did previous episode. He's still just going to continue being the healing guy a little bit, or magic guy. Can cure status effects. Barrett also magic guy this time around with the Supreme Bracer.
Ooh, magic Barrett.
Supreme Bracer we also got from the arena. Again, star pendants for everybody. Bear's just kind of a bit of everything, magic-wise. Attack and support. And Tifa, her feather gloves have been upgraded off-screen a bit more, so she's even faster now, and she's got everything related to increasing speed, either through status effects or through the different ATB materia. She's also got some protection against the slow status effect in case that pops up. Oh, also Cloud has a Carbuncle equipped again. We're gonna use Carbuncle some more.
Because he's just too cute to leave behind.
By the way, it's probably been said in the episode where we summoned Carbuncle the first time, don't Google Carbuncle, the word by itself, because it's like a really disgusting, like, sore, and you're just gonna get...
Yeah.
It's bad. Carbuncles are also a mythological creature, so if you really want to look that up, either add in Final Fantasy or mythology after that, or else you're gonna get some bad Google results.
Gross search is off.
Wait a minute.
Don't move. I ain't bluffing.
What is this?
A dozen bullets in your head, unless you open that door right now.
You must be the ones who've been stirring up trouble lately. The eco-terrorists? If so, I can't imagine what business you have with me. The president's upstairs. Go on, shoot.
Shut up. Keep walking. None of y'all better move a muscle.
Do stop pushing. Unlike you, I am less accustomed to physical violence.
You'll get used to it.
What is it that you want?
Our friend. She's in your lab.
Really?
Tell us where Aerith is.
Oh, so she's your friend. Well. In that case, yes, that might do the trick.
Mind speaking up, son?
It's nothing. Just imagining how she might react if I were to present to her your fresh corpses. I promise, you will regret this.
Hell yeah! I love a famous, like, public domain monster. You can't beat it. I think I saw you on Kickstarter about 400 times. What's up?
Yeah, once you start getting to the Shinra Labs, you start getting a lot of the more messed up, like, experimental creatures. And yeah, this guy... His design's pretty similar to the original, but he just has Cthulhu head now. Like,
Keep it together.
Okay, let's go.
And honestly, like the little eyeball bug guys he summons are kind of cute. In a freaky way, but.
Yes, it's my turn.
Specimen HO512. That's not a very memorable name.
Nah. Same as the original, I believe.
This'll help.
taking a look at him with much better lighting. He's got an extra little skull face on the side there.
Yeah.
I like that his right shoulder that's got the teeth and stuff, it's also got a little tongue in there.
Mm-hmm. Also known as a carbuncle.
Ugh. Gross. Yeah, a little bit more of a Cthulhu-looking head now than in the past.
That's sort of an evil Santa Claus thing going on.
Yeah.
Oh, look at you. You're so shiny.
Really shiny eyeballs.
Oh no, that's a straight upgrade. No, thank you.
Yeah.
Way better in the remake.
The original guys are really funny because it's like, you know, there are like 4 or 5 of those in a row in the original game's boss fight, and I guess they had to be really low poly, so it's like, what type of bug monster can we make with about 50 polygons?
We gotta design this in 20 minutes out of origami. Let's go.
Yeah. So yeah, this boss fight is a lot easier if you've got protection against poison, because he's always spewing poison out of his big arm there. And also, yeah, you can do damage to the left arm there. If you break it off, it'll pressure him, and it'll also mean that he can't poison you for a little while. He does have an ability to regrow the arm, of course.
I trained for this.
Well, Hojo's very good at his job. What do you expect?
Give me your best shot.
He's already, like, every scene he's been in almost has had a decent amount of him just theorizing about either people's fictional babies or other pairings and things like that. Is that just a part of the process of all of his work? Is this also, is this Cthulhu fan fiction and that's why this guy looks like this?
Mm-hmm. What would Cthulhu's, babies look like? And who's the other parent? Is there another parent? I don't know, gotta ask Hojo.
This is how all these evil monsters are made.
Is your daddy a Dagon? Who knows? Damn, you're gooey, though.
Very gooey.
Damn, you're gooey.
And with each phase of the boss fight, he makes new, different babies that are more dangerous.
Danger babies.
Danger babies. In the first phase, these guys could only cast like fire or blizzard spells at you, and you could silence them even, so they basically would just sit there and do nothing. Now they've got this spinner move where they just spin at you really fast, and they're really good at making you flinch and knocking you out of your attacks. Like a lot of other small critters, Tifa's parry slide is really good at pressuring them, just flipping them on their back when you slide into them.
Take it over.
And also, you can like try to go after the little guys to clear them out and make the fight a little easier, but when you wipe them all out, the main guy here will eventually just spit out 4 new ones out of his shoulder.
Right.
Infinite little guys.
So, yeah, it really is an experiment based on babies. I want to make a creature that can make babies. I feel like maybe Hojo's just lonely. Is that it?
It might be.
He's looking for somebody to make babies with, and if he can, he's just going to make the babies himself.
Fuck, it is. I was just thinking more about Hojo there real quick, and I really want to make a joke, but I can't because it's related to something that won't be in the game until the second remake game, most likely. God damn it.
Put it in post. It's okay. 3 versions. There's cut commentary, uncut commentary, knowing the plot of future remake games commentary.
Sure.
Is that it?
So, at the very start of this episode, there was that cutscene with the soldiers talking to the clown. They brought up Kunsel. I mentioned that was like a small reference to the compilation games. There was actually another reference to the compilation games. In the boardroom meeting, Hojo mentions there are 2 different types of soldiers, S and G types. That is absolutely a compilation plot thing. Who knows how much that actually matters to the remakes at all? It could just be a cool little, wink and nudge to the people who know what that is, but...
Some soldiers are super and some are just great.
Yeah.
Love a great soldier.
Great soldiers. So this boss is, like a lot of bosses in the game, actually vulnerable to the stop status effect. So once we stagger him, you can just freeze him in place.
Yes.
It's such a... Once you know that you can do this, it feels so good to do. And like, the funny thing is though, is that if you got, especially if you got Tifa with both Unbridled Strengths up, and then you followed up with True Strikes to put the stagger percentage even higher, like if you're laying into bosses, you will force them into the next phase of their fight before their stagger gauge meter is even empty. Because you're just doing too much damage to them. The health bar here has that little, it's just like, no, stop hurting him. He has to go to his next phase.
God, guys. I planned for this, guys. I worked real hard. What, you just want me to throw out the next 5 pages of prep? Come on. Play right. Okay, I'm gonna go take a smoke break and figure out what the fuck happens now. Thanks.
In the later phase of this fight, the gas he shoots out isn't just poison, it also hits you with slow. For this final phase, it's just poison gas everywhere, so you're just constantly taking damage unless you're hiding like the very corners of the room. There are some bosses in this game that... So like, if you're fighting Shiva or Leviathan or a couple other bosses, you know, they have multiple phases to their fight, but they don't have the safeguard against like being staggered really hard like a lot of story bosses do. So like Shiva, if you're able to stagger her and do enough damage, you will just kill her before she can even get to her next phase.
Reeve is the same way, the most vulnerable of all the bosses we've seen so far. I don't care about anyone's babies, unless they're train babies.
Do your thing.
There's Carbuncle.
Yo,
I love him.
Look at him.
When they first showed off screenshots of Carbuncle, when it's like, hey, here's a pre-order bonus summon, everyone was upset because everyone was like, his head is too big. And I saw him, I was just like, his head is the perfect size. That is the correct size for that little baby.
Be bigger. More head.
Bigger forehead, please.
I want that baby to just topple over. Useless legs.
He's just dragging his head everywhere, yeah. Yeah, the little bugs now, on top of doing spinner, they will run up to you and just self-destruct. But having Carbuncle here is actually pretty nice to just cast Protect on everybody.
Bring in the heat.
And also in this final fight, the specimen will run over to these tanks full of Mako juice and will just start sucking it up with his big arm. And if you don't do enough damage to him, he'll suck up enough Mako that he can, he'll do that big arena-filling gas attack again. And cover everything with the gas that hurts you. No elemental weakness on this guy. I really thought, like, a lot of the other, like, mutated things that he'd be weak to ice, but nah, he just hit him with whatever. Also a big upgrade from the original game setting. I really like the ominous red floor lighting in here. You don't put that in there unless you know you're evil.
Yeah. And the most evil thing is that, okay, sure, Hojo's destroying his own laboratory to get to you, but he doesn't have to fix this.
No.
This is Reeve's job to repair everything.
Yeah. God, if people break shit here just so they can just make Reeve's day worse... Everyone clearly fucking hates Reeve, except for his assistant, who told him, don't voice complaints, you'll die.
Even the mayor doesn't like him.
Think fast.
I'm waiting.
Poor Reeve.
Poor Reeve. He tried so hard to grow that beard so people would think it's cool, and it didn't work.
Bring it!
Take it easy.
Hey, Hojo's getting away.
So it's very easy to, you know, because it's very urgent that Hojo's running away and stuff. But if we take a look around here, you know, look at all these tubes and stuff. Most of them are just full of Mako juice. But if you search around, especially if you played the original, you know there should be an extra thing in here if you're looking around. But if we take a look at the really big container over here, who's this?
Hey, buddy. Hey, buddy. That's my favorite Pokemon.
Yeah, that is straight up a Pokemon. When I first played Final Fantasy VII as a kid, I had just finished playing, like, I had just started getting into Pokemon right around the same time, and so I saw that and I was just like, this is just like Charmander, this is so good.
Very impressive. I really must thank you for providing me such invaluable combat data.
Cocky little egghead, ain't you?
The results provided by my predictive models indicate that this force should be more than capable of handling you.
Y'all about to learn predictable.
We're taking Aerith back.
Oh, take her back, you say? Correct me if I am wrong, but did the girl not come here of her own free will? Or do you mean to tell me that she is your personal property?
She only came here to save Marlene.
I'm afraid you misunderstand. But I really can't be bothered to explain. This facility is home to extraordinary specimens that will change the world as we know it. Do try to be considerate.
Deal with that.
All set.
Deal with my aura.
I love that Hojo just sent out, like, probably one of his bigger experimental monsters out. It got owned, and then he tells 6 rank and file guys, like, hey, you're gonna have to deal with that. And also, I think you definitely can kill them.
Oh, yeah, yeah. I mean, I've looked at the combat data. Yeah.
I believe in you guys.
You guys got this.
Oh, man, we're on Hojo's combat data duty today. This sucks. That's got like a 40% mortality rate, like.
I know because it's in the data.
Yeah.
Enough of
you. Looks like your models got it wrong.
Yes, an unknown variable, perhaps. Well, no matter. Reinforcements will soon arrive.
But will they get here in time to save you from me?
Why, are you a soldier?
Yeah.
No, not quite. Oh, now I recall. My memory was mistaken. My boy, you weren't a soldier. What? What is this fascinating phenomenon? What's happening? Where are you
things up to this time?
Cloud!
Barrett.
Got it. Stand back.
You came for me.
Yep.
You good? I'm great.
Thanks for saving Marlene. I owe you one.
Save it for later.
I love the armored shock troopers. I love them.
Yeah, just there we go, right in the lumbar. Oh,
Yep.
that's been tight. Okay.
So yeah, looking at the armored shock troopers, these guys got a pretty big design, upgrade design. In the original game, for some reason I didn't parse them as being guys in robot suits. I thought they were just in like weird padded armor or something.
Yeah, that's I mean, limitations of the time, yeah, but just it's no.
Yeah.
No.
They're so much cooler looking now. They either boost at you with their laser swords trying to impale you, or, you know, gun arm. I love how slow they are. Like, this looks like it's not a good suit of armor to actually be in.
Hang back. Bring it.
Bring it!
Okay, now we just need Barrett to also say bring it.
Yeah.
Come on, all three right in a row. Everybody get it brought in.
These guys have some resistance to physical attacks, but magic makes, like, staggers them super easy.
Like so.
There's an extra gimmick to these guys. If you don't completely just take out all their health when they're staggered, they will use their eject move, which causes their suit of armor to self-destruct. And then the guy inside will pop out with full health. And these are special shock troopers that have fucking roller skates on.
Yes.
Watch it.
Yes.
Look at
You
him
reveal
go.
the bird inside. Yes.
Look at him. I thought, because I always loved these guys in the original game. They did the same thing. I always thought that in a remake they might get rid of roller skate soldiers.
No, they just make them sassier.
Yeah, and by the way, their feet are backwards. I don't know why
it's for
it is.
speed, baby.
I guess it's for speed, but these guys' designs, on the other hand, are basically exactly the same. Just some more detail on them, of
that's
course.
super cool.
Yeah.
I think they might be cooler in the original. Maybe it's just the pose. But...
Yeah, the pose is really good. And their claw fingers are more defined in the original design, I guess. They're a little more normal size, but yeah, dude, I love the roller skating shock troopers. They're really hard to hit, unless you got Barrett, of course.
You're up.
I got this.
Also, one of the things, like, because this first remake is, you know, just a chunk of the original game, it does lead to one kind of nice thing in that all the way through to the very end of this game, you are still getting new equipment and you're constantly still encountering new enemy types.
Yeah.
Like, you're never getting bored of the enemies because there's still, like, a lot of new enemies to meet.
This guy seems like a guy you could talk to, you know? He seems like he might have an anti-authority streak.
Yeah. He also just shoots little tornadoes by spinning really fast.
I mean, he's definitely got the soul of an artist. Just look how he moves.
Keep it together.
Let me handle this. Aerith, you okay? Thank you. No biggie.
Let's get out of here.
The hell was that thing?
We need to go. Aerith!
What the?
Come on.
What? You want to go?
Stop. This child's a friend.
So what the hell is it?
A fascinating question.
Did it just talk?
You asked what it is. I am that which you see before you. Nothing more. I'd appreciate it if we simply left it at that. Agreed?
13?
Red 13. The designation given to me by Hojo.
Then you must have another name. What is it?
He got away.
So, we're gonna go get the son of a bitch.
I have come for you. Mother, together we will reclaim our world. Mother, they have come again.
You know, Reno, I think you might be due for some R&R.
Nah, I'm good.
What are we going to do about Sector 7?
We are going to do nothing.
Been thinking, was all that necessary?
Had we refused, someone else would have completed the task. We have spared that someone the burden of a guilty conscience. Perhaps that will ease yours.
Yeah, nope.
Let's try another tack then. They were a sacrifice to balance the scales.
Say what?
After everything we'd taken from the planet, we were due to give something back.
Do you actually believe that?
Does it matter? Yes, understood. The VP needs us.